of 3 rounds. And for each round, we'd have the full array of ninjutsu weapons at our disposal. Empty hands, the dagger, throwing stars, and of course, the longsword.
Because this was a test, the weapons would be wood instead of metal. But they were still hard enough to do serious damage if they scored a direct hit.
It's hard.
This is wood.
Split bamboo in the inside. Now, the seam represents the back of the blade. Okay? We will be looking for cutting surfaces and points hitting people. If I see the back of the blade hitting somebody, it's not going to count.
For every clean hit, Yost would award 1 point. The first person to score 5 points wins the round. And the fighter who wins the best of 3 rounds wins the fight.
The really important thing is to keep moving your hands, because if you just keep your hands in one spot, you really give them a target. The sword's a target and the hands.
Jason and I continued our technique. Then Yost signaled that it was time to begin.
Gentlemen, a little last-minute advice. Don't lock your feet into place. Move around, okay? If he comes in, move back with it. Try to keep that distance that you want. All right?
All right.
Well, I never thought I'd be cornering someone fighting a ninja, so I really don't have much for you. So,
Thanks, buddy.
keep moving your feet.
I will.
Can he cheat?
Oh, yeah.
Cheat!
Cheating's
Cheat. Bill's a biter.
My opponent was 13th Dan black belt Bruce Appleby. Bruce began the fight by backing me into the wall. I used my long reach to swipe at his knee, but he came back with a hit to my wrist.
That's 4 even.
Then Bruce pulled out a second dagger, threw it at me, and followed it up with another strike to my lip. But I came back with 2 clean strikes high on his wrist.
4 even.
Kill, Bill, kill.
Then, when Bruce pushed in for an attack, I saw my opening and sliced down on his arm. Point number 5. The first round was mine.
This challenge is really intense. I find myself backing up a lot because my opponent's technique is much better than mine, and they kept telling me to move, so I kept trying to move because I could see him setting up angles and shots, and I just wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
Bruce dominated round 2.
There you go. Good job.
We traded strikes back and forth.
You just lost a leg, so you might want to focus.
Then Bruce again hurled a sword at me. A good technique, one I decided to try for myself. But Bruce deflected both of my throws.
Oh, you're dead.
I used a taijutsu roll to retrieve my sword, but Bruce sliced my hand before I could get back up.
Damn it.
The challenge was tied at 1 round apiece.
So let's make a promise. I swear I won't throw my swords, at least both of them anymore.
I swear I won't throw my swords anymore.
Last round, Bruce and I traded blows. He attacked high, I countered low. But Bruce managed to strike my head and face and scratched my eye in the process.
You all right? Jesus. Bruce.
It's a hell of a hit, Bruce. Yes.
Went right across his face, dude.
We were now tied up 4 apiece.
Let's go, Bill. Time to make up some ground. Use that lane.
Employing the technique that Hashimoto Sensei showed us, I finished the round with a clean slice to Bruce's wrist. I had won my ninja challenge, 2 rounds to 1.
Whew. Well, I don't feel like a winner. I got hit about as hard as you can get hit in the head, and the thumb, and everywhere else you can imagine. This is really technical, really proficient. Even though I had a huge reach advantage, he hung in there with me and smashed me across the face. I mean, that might have been the hardest hit I've taken on human weapon. Swords are a lot different than fists. No mercy with them.
Let me see your noggin. Oh, you are gonna have a. Oh man, dude, look. Can you guys see that? That's starting, this is 2 seconds after, that's starting to get a little hematoma, black and blue. Get him put some ice on it, that's gonna have a huge knot. Now it was my turn. My opponent was Doug Wilson, a 15th Dan black belt and student of the Bujinkan Dojo.
Well, here's what I want you to do, Jay. I want you to go out there and I want you to think, don't get hit in the head. It hurts. It leaves a mark.
Looks like it.
Like that. So go out there, be a ninja, an invisible ninja.
How's he gonna see me to fight then?
That's the point.
Always thinking ahead. Might have knocked some sense in you with that blow.
Begin.
Doug opened the fight with a flourish of staff work.
Change your angles.
I blocked his attacks and tried to work in close. But Doug drew a sword from a scabbard on his back and struck me on the top of my head. I responded by dropping low to go for his leg. But that gave Doug another clean strike at my head. All right, don't worry about it. I got a hard head. I got a Macy's Day float. Easy target. Doug's next move was a surprise shuriken throw that distracted me long enough for him to swoop in and bash my head again. Before I knew what hit me, Doug had won the first round, 5 points to 1.
Pick up what you need, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'll go get you more weapons.
Thanks, bro. I opened the second round by throwing a few shuriken. But Doug blocked them with his staff before hitting my wrist with his sword.
Wow, that was a good move.
Then he tried to surprise me with some empty hand ninjutsu.
Uh-oh, wrong move with him.
Surprised the hell out of me, though. What's he doing? I'm afraid he's gonna pull out a weapon and stab me. I was now up 4-2.
All right, Jay, one more point, you win this.
But Doug tied it with 2 quick swipes to my thigh and wrist. Match point. And Doug unleashed an onslaught of shuriken. He swept in and struck me on top of the head, ending the round and the fight.
Did good, brother. How'd that feel?
My hands are taking a beating.
Man.
My
Your hands
are
are
all
like my
beat
head.
up. I'll trade hands for head any day. Look at that.
Dude,
That's funny.
easy.
That's definitely a lot more tough than you would think it is. My hand is taking a beating from these wooden sticks. Kind of reminds me of the time I busted my finger in the screamer, but there's so much skill involved. If you're tactical and smart, you can take off a hand, take off a leg, a foot. The guy's on the ground or he can't use his other arm. Then it's easy to go for the kill. You did well, man.
Thanks.
You're definitely better with a ninja sword than I am.
Hey, 1-1, human weapon can't complain.
That's true.
For everyone at home that thinks they can be the next human weapon, it's not as easy as it looks. There's a lot of ice involved, a lot of blood involved, and you gotta learn a different martial art every week. Our journey through ninjutsu had opened our eyes to the cunning, toughness, and tenacity of these shadow warriors. Centuries after its creation, ninjutsu is still one of the world's most deceptive and dangerous martial arts.
What do you think? You get some beer?
Definitely. How about sake?
Sake bombers?
Yeah. I think we owe the ninjas some sake.
You owe your ninja some sake. My hand's killing me.